Bristol Community College, Mathematics with Dan Avedikian, ACCUPLACER Review, Arithmetic, Problem 26. This is the Arithmetic ACCUPLACER Review, Problem 26. We have 2.5 over a half plus a third. That's an awful looking problem. It's not really as bad as it looks. What I want to do is get this so that I have one fraction on top and one fraction on the bottom, and then take that bottom fraction, flip it or invert it, and multiply times the top. So that's going to be the goal. So now the top fraction is a little bit easier to deal with. This 2.5 can be changed into 5 halves, and the way I'm going to get that is I take the denominator and multiply times the front number. 2 times 2 is 4. I take that result of 4 and bring it up and add to the number that's on top. So the 4 that I got plus 1 more is 5. And the denominator stays as 2. 2.5 is the same as 5 halves. So I have one fraction on the top. Now for the bottom, I can't just add 1/2 plus 1/3. I need a common denominator. When you multiply fractions, it's easy. You just, for multiply, you go top times top, bottom times bottom. When you add or subtract, you need a common denominator. So 1/2 has an equivalent of 3 over 6. And then 1/3 has an equivalent of 2 over 6. So 3 over 6 does reduce back to a half. 2 over 6 does reduce back to a third. But now they both have a denominator of 6. So now I can add the numerators. 3 plus 2 more is 5. So now what I have is a fraction on the top and a fraction on the bottom, a complex fraction. It already looks quite a bit better. And now what I'm going to do is leave the top fraction the way it is, 5 over 2. And I'm going to take the bottom fraction. It's going to invert or flip and go to 6 over 5. And it changes to a multiply. So the fraction bar here indicates a division. When you invert that lower one, it becomes a multiplication. So now if you want, you can multiply top times top, bottom times bottom, and reduce. Top times top, 5 times 6 is 30. Bottom times bottom, 2 times 5 is 10. 30 over 10 will reduce to 3. 10 goes into 33 times. Or what we could have done is 5 on the top, 5 on the bottom, cancel them. Then 6 on the top and 2 on the bottom. 2 goes into 2 once, 2 goes into 6 3 times. You'd still get 3. It's probably about the same amount of work to do 30 over 10 and reduce it to 3, or cancel what you can and be left with 3. However you do it, you get surprisingly a whole number from this big messy problem that we started with. And if I check my 4 possible options, my answer of 3 does show up as one of the options. It's option D. And that's the answer. So this is one where if I guessed and I didn't know how to do it, I would probably eliminate this guess, because I wouldn't have thought that this big messy problem would reduce to a whole number. But when you do the math and not guess it, it actually does.